The Raiders, coming off of a bye, were taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jags, and Brock Bowers had himself an amazing game, 130 yards, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, and he tried to dial up a win, but Geno wasn't answering. No win for the Raiders as they lose the game 30-29, and thankfully they do, because their chances at getting that pick that they need get a little bit higher. What is up, Raider Nation? Thank you guys for watching this video, and all fans across the NFL. Just showing you guys our site, the Lumia Sports Podcast. Give us a sub, give us a like, but more importantly, please watch some of these other videos. If you go to our playlist section, we have every single team out here written out, and let's see some of the things that we've said about the Raiders up to this point. I like to see if I'm right or wrong. The Jags will beat down the Raiders. That didn't happen. The Raiders have an all-time embarrassing loss. That did happen. The Chiefs smoked you guys. They did recover against the Titans. Are they unwatchable? They were pretty watchable this game. And so if you guys look it out, one thing that's funny, in the preseason, I actually had a thing where I had questions about the Raiders and if they should sit Geno Smith in the preseason because he needed the reps. He might just suck regardless. So you see Geno with another terrible game. So check it out, Raiders fans. And if you want to look at any other playlists, any other thoughts on other teams, please look at those lists. There is a saying, Tennessee, might be Texas, maybe Tennessee too. Nah, there's a saying in Philadelphia, it might be other places, but it's keep the main thing. Our football team kind of says that a lot. And right now the Raiders, you know what? Losing that game in the fashion they lost it, and we'll get to that, was good for them. They are now 7th in the tankathon race in that try and effort for the #1 pick in the draft. Maybe you get a new quarterback. Maybe you build up this offensive line that's pretty bad, or the defense that has really just 2 players on it. But losing that game, let's just be honest, they had no chance of making the playoffs before it. And if your team is, well, I mean, the Jags are a playoff team at the moment. But either way, now you know you have absolutely no shot. Go out there, keep losing these games, and see how high on the tank-a-thon you can climb. Raiders, this is what you should want. Some fun games. Yeah, Genty playing good and all that. But the bigger thing is to rise up and get the best draft pick possible. All right, for the Raiders, how did we get to this point? They actually did beat the Patriots, which was, I mean, you look back, I don't know how that happened, but Geno, 362 yards, great game. Defense actually stepped up, played good, but that 1-point loss to Chicago, that one really hurt. This one to the Jags. The Chargers, a lot of teams are just getting smoked quite a bit. I mean, they're just not good. As you look down, Jags, Chiefs. So these games coming up, Denver, Dallas, you just want to keep losing. Browns, that's a tough one. You got to lose that game to the Browns, but we shall see. And then you got the Broncos, you got the Eagles. Those are teams that should beat you. The Texans should, but the Giants, that's iffy. So for the Raiders, again, just want to see how high of a pick you can get throughout the season. And this doesn't happen a lot. Oh, real quick, before we get to it, we have a new segment that we call Comment of the Week. So we go through our best comments from Raider Nation. Give me 1 second as I pull up our old video and we see what we got cooking here from the Raiders. But yeah, guys, shoot us out. Give us a comment down low. I try to answer all of them that I can. And, now we got a new segment for it. So we're going to shout out our best comment, the best one that we get. Our last video, the Raiders have an all-time embarrassing loss. Let's see what happens. No comments on that one. So, hey, Raider Nation, wake up, dude. Throw some comments down there, and we can't wait to hear from you. So, for the Raiders this game, there's 2 things. I think definitely positive sign, and I'm not going to say positive sign Geno or the offense or anything like that because we'll get to them. But Brock Bowers was just injured all year, and he's still absolutely amazing. Brock Bowers was incredible. That was just one heck of a game, man. 12 catches, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns. This was his first game. He came into the season banged up. I remember him because I have him on my fantasy team, just being questionable the entire time, not really looking the same, and me asking the question, like, is Tyler Warren just better than him? Like, what's up with Brock Bowers? I didn't watch the Raiders a lot last season. I knew his stats were crazy, but I figured, all right, maybe it's just because they had nobody else and they had to get him the ball. Like, I thought coming out, he was the best tight end prospect that I honestly had ever seen. But the questions were around. But clearly, he was just really banged up because this game, I mean, that was crazy. And the thing that the Raiders did was they got him the ball quickly on some easy plays. And then because the score was 0-0 throughout the second quarter, funny because these are two bad teams. And then the game became explosive out of nowhere. But going it down the field, that touchdown catch, the one-handed one, just to reach back like that, snag it, and get that touchdown. I mean, that was just classic Brock Bowers. But that play was just crazy. And from that point on, his X factor, for those who don't know, that's a Madden joke, but his X factor is basically when you're one of the best in the league and you're just on fire. His X factor was lit up. Later in the game, 20-16, right? Like, he's been productive. And they just run him on the outside like he's a wide out. Quick slant. He kind of slow plays it, catches it, and just takes off like for a 40-yard touchdown, just outrunning everyone else in the defense. That is what we saw Bowers do all the time in college, and he still has that kind of game-breaking speed. And then in overtime, down by 7, you saw Bowers, just easy move, back of the end zone, wide open touchdown. Now what happened after that we'll get to. But all game, he was just cooking, unguardable, and that looked like one of the best, if not the best tight end in the league, considering Geno Smith is throwing him the ball. Now maybe teams, we can't say they're staring at him like they used to, but that was just an unbelievable. I mean, the one-handed catch was just crazy enough, and then 2 other touchdowns on top. Got me 44 for my fantasy team. Shout out Brock Bowers, having himself a hell of a day. So now this is everything else. Because everything else, I mean, Geno, I just don't know. I do know. He's just not good enough. He's not very good. That's just, it is what it is. The first pick was so bad and so unnecessary. That itself could be the reason that they lost this game. Now, I know it was only 6-3, but it's 6-3. You're chilling. There's no need to do anything. The Jags have shown you they can't do anything. They've shown it for a couple weeks. But then on just a curl, just right in front, there's like the dude was never open, and Geno just says, "I'm gonna fit the ball in there." Like, Geno, no, stop throwing that pass, interception. But actually, they need you to keep throwing that pass so that they don't win games. I forgot, keep the main thing. But Geno's just been a mess. And it's just points in the game where you look and you just wonder what the hell he's doing out there. You're just like, all right, dude, like what? Like when he wasn't throwing it to Brock Bowers, or I mean, Trey Tucker dropped the pass, but like when he wasn't throwing it to those guys, it was just like, my gosh, man, like this, what is going on, Geno? What are you thinking about? Why are you throwing these risky plays? And it's just like, it's insane. And to have your 2-point conversion just bad at the line, the more I watch these games, I know it's and Hamlin made a great play at the end of the game. For those who don't know, so after Brock Bowers scores that touchdown, it's 30-29. The Raiders decide to go for 2. He has someone in the back of the end zone, but it gets bad at the line. The more I watch, dude, you can't. Batted balls are like, okay, it happens sometimes, but in big situations, like you can't have a ball bad at the line of scrimmage. You got to be better than that at the quarterback position. You got to find the angle, or you got to throw it over his head. Like, he's right in front of your face. Like, you can't just, like, try to throw it 2 feet above a D lineman's head unless you know he's not paying attention. So that was, especially at the 2-yard line. So that was bad. Defensively, they just couldn't get a stop toward the end of the game. They let up 151 yards rushing. But it looked almost worse than that, specifically toward the tail end, because Trevor Lawrence was really bad too. but specifically through the tail end, just not good. And they just ran really to get back in the game with Tootin, with ETN, and that defense. Adam Butler came back, so it's just Butler, Crosby, and nobody. And they just need like everything on that defense to fix it. Linebackers, corners, a whole facelift change up, with that entire defense. They allowed 3 touchdowns and a field goal in the final 4 drives of the game from a Jags offense that, yes, now to be fair, the Jags beat the Chiefs. The Jags right now, we didn't look, but the Jags are actually 7th in the AFC standings. So the Jags aren't some like bullshit team, but like it's just been the story for them all year. We know that they're just a bad team at this point. And now the question is, what do you do with Geno? What do you do with Pete Carroll? And is there any way you can rebuild this defense going forward so that next year you don't have another disaster of a season like this one? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.